Let me with the camera up there. Hello, hello, hello. It's Friday night. How you guys doing? All right, cool. It's Friday night. I'm Conrad. I'm one of the cellar dwellers, and we do this every Friday. There. That's got that part out. So we're done with that part. Great, awesome. So you may have noticed that the pre-show has been filled with Quiet Riot songs. Why is that? That's odd. Usually it was playing like throat music last couple of weeks ago. Sadly, um, sadly, the Quiet Riot's drummer Frankie Benali has passed away Thursday. That was yesterday. And is home from pancreatic cancer. He was 68 years old. So I figured, okay, as a tribute, I'll play some Quiet Riot songs. So yeah, sadly, that's the reason. So hope you like Quiet Riot. I know I did. Speaking of Quiet Riot, that actually during their I want to say QR3 tour, I think it was, maybe. I want to say that sounds about right. That was the first concert that I ever went to. My cousin asked me if I wanted to go. I was like, okay, sure. Like, quite right. I know them. I've heard them before, you know. Because it was the '80s, and like that's what we listened to. Like I was like a metalhead. Believe it or not, I had long hair. Crazy. But yeah, so I went to, that was the first concert I went to. It was pretty cool. I remember the opening act was Keel. Um, I guess they were okay. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I don't remember them all that much. I know they rocked a pretty good show, so I was happy with it. So yeah, so there you go. Cool. All right. I don't know what the show is going to be about because I was going to talk about my first concert, which I did, and Frankie, which I did. Crap! That's the end of the show already. All right. I will plug something later on in the show, but I want to get the show rolling a little bit first. So, what are you drinking out there? Tonight, I have some old freezer burned strawberries with like a mango juice and vodka. You know, some ice. I blended it. It was so grass and juicy. I was like, I love it. This is great. And yeah. So yeah, speaking of Quiet Riot, let's go back to them again because they're pretty awesome. They rock the house as usual. I remember during the '80s for Halloween. There's a lot of catalogs like you flip through and they had the Quiet Riot mask, and I honestly I don't remember if I bought one or like attempted to make one, but obviously me being a geek and a metalhead and stuff, if I would have made one, it would have been out of like actual metal, because we didn't have this EVA cool foam and shit, you know, which yeah, had I been growing up with EVA foam, I would have made some serious shit back then. But no, I had real stuff. I made, believe it or not, I made a as close as I could to a Freddy Krueger glove. Um, I had I took an old like wasn't I don't want to say a welding glove, just say glove. But it was like an old leather type one. It was like cloth and leather, one of those old work gloves, you know, standard J&L work gloves, ones that your father or grandfather or great grandfather, I don't know, stole from work because that's what they did back then. You know, that's why your things cost so much back then. Is because that's all the workers did was steal things from the business that they worked at. Um, let's go back to stealing things later. Let me finish my story about this glove. Um, I, uh, I cut the center out because I was like a college player back then. You know, I watched the movie a couple times. I paused it and I like, okay, well the glove has a hole in the center of it, so I cut a hole in the center of the glove. I used the rivet gun. I took not sheet metal, but like aluminum that you would use to do the house with, soften fascia, that kind of like sheet, like aluminum. And I bent that, riveted onto the glove. I did the first, and I think I started like the second knuckle, but I had issues with it, like bending on the finger, so eventually didn't actually bend on the finger. Um, but I did, and this is a true story. I took butter knives. I heated them up with a blowtorch, and I twisted them so that the flat part was on my finger, and the knife part, would stick straight up and down. And I even grinded them so that they were like somewhat sharp, but not like super sharp. Um, and no, actually, I take that back. The knives were not sharp. I take that back. The knives, because they were still butter knives. But if I made a fist, because I didn't get the knuckles like properly done, I had like eight like jagged edges sticking out of the glove, which had I punched somebody, they would be their face would be shredded. Let's just be honest with you, okay? The face would have been shredded. Um, yeah, so I actually wore it to school. Yes, yes. Believe it or not, I came into the classroom, and a lot of people made fun of the fact that I had butter knives on there. Like, oh yeah, butter knives on there. But at the same time, I did make a fist at the dude, and he realized that I had um, 8 jagged edges that would shred his face, and he shut up real quick. So, yeah, I know. When we're like the tall guys, they're like, oh, let's pick on the tall guy, because if I pick on the tall guy, if I pick on the tall guy, then they'll think I'm cool and stuff. Yeah. So anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about something else. Damn it! I was talking about the Quiet Riot. Was like, I know. I wanted to go back to it and I didn't. Whatever. What's going on tonight? Who knows? That light does weird shit in my eyes. Like, woo! It's like the kookiest thing on this camera. So tomorrow night, I think we're gonna go to a drive-in movie. So that's pretty cool because that's a new thing now. I'm sure all the drive-in movie theater owners are like, cool. We love COVID because people are coming to see drive-in movies again. Which I guess I don't know why we stopped. Drive-in movies were awesome. I'm like, how do they not become how when do they stop being awesome? I don't understand. Oh, I know why. It's because you can't take your popcorn, just throw it everywhere because it'll be in your own car. I guess maybe that's why. I don't know. But we always used to do take the truck or a hatchback, you know, turn it the other way around back in, and then bring lawn chairs and stuff and sit in the back of the car and watch a movie. So I don't know. Some people don't do that. Whatever. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah. Speaking of movies, what's annoying and annoying is when people go see the movie and then like I understand they fill the popcorn thing up to the max and everything, but you're meant to eat the popcorn. Don't it bothers the hell out of me when I go to a movie and I see people like, oh, and they just dump popcorn like I don't know. If you want to dump the popcorn, go home and dump it. Okay, it's just people. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with people. I just don't understand. They are they're a strange bunch. They really are. They really are a strange bunch. So yeah, I know, right? Oh, all right. Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about tonight. I unfortunately there's no comments coming up on what we need to talk about. So I'm not coming up with anything offhand. I'm just making up stuff as I go. It's fun. Yeah. I want to click buttons, but I can't. I can't just go clicking buttons. Today, apparently, I am a mansplainer. Um, I guess I don't know when it started, but um, I guess I just want to say that if you're on Twitter, like, I don't know if you ever heard of this app called Twitter. Okay, um, you tweet it out and everybody can read it. It's just how it is. And you might even be on private, but if you friended somebody, then they can read it. Okay, and if you don't want them to read it, then block them or don't be their friend. Okay, like just being honest. But if you post something on there and random person answers your rhetorical question, I, you know what I'm saying? It's like, don't get all upset because you asked a rhetorical question and I answered it. Okay, and it all comes down to toast, which I'm like, who thinks toast is not the greatest thing in the world? Toast is so much better than just regular bread. Everybody knows toast is so much better. Everybody knows. And if I call you a twit on Twitter, don't be offended, okay? I'm not calling you a name like, oh, you called me a name, you called me a twit. I'm like, are you serious? Twit and Twitter both have twit in the beginning of it. Okay, it's funny. It's like Twitter. You're a Twitter of twit. I don't know. Don't get offended by that, please. Come on, seriously. It's like if I called you a face on Facebook. Okay, it's the same thing. It's like if I called you a tuba on YouTube. All right, don't be offended by it. It's not offensive. Whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah, I know. So, this week I what have I been doing this week? Oh, I took well today. I There's a busted ass window in my garage, and I have like the glass from the windows that came out of my downstairs or downstairs window. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna put the glass in the hole I have for the garage. But to do that, I have to make a frame, and also I have to take out the current thing that's holding close the window up. So today I took all that stuff out, made it like a big open hole. I fixed the wall because for some reason, and it may have been when they tore down the garage next to it. Um, but something like went through the freaking wall. That might have been there for a while. I don't know, but I had to fix that. So I was like, okay, well, I got to fix the hole in the wall. Uh, but it's going to be scary because eventually I have to get out the window cutter and actually cut glass. I'm super scared about that. Just trust me. I'm like, I'll be videotaping it and I will show you the video. But yeah, I'm super scared. I am super scared because I'm just so afraid I'm gonna like break the glass and it's just gonna shatter everywhere. I have glass all over my garage. Um, so I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. I've been watching all kinds of videos on how to do it properly, and I'm like, I just hope I do it right and I don't have a big mess of glass everywhere in the garage. But if that does happen, I do have a shop vac now that works. I guess I'll have to be shop vacing the garage. Yeah. What also I am doing is my table saw, which I'm super excited about because I finally I bought this table saw for like it's an old table saw, but I bought it for like $20. The motor still worked. Um, it was a little dented up and dinged, like it didn't have a blade on it, you know. And it just sat in my garage for years, years and years and years and years. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this thing sitting here. I'm gonna at least find out, will it cut? Like, can I? And the main reason I haven't used it is I don't have a fence and I don't have a I don't know, shuttle, whatever you call it, like something to keep the board straight as you cut. Um, well, I've been watching the videos. I guess what they've been doing is they make a board that sits on top of the saw, and their work like sits on the board, and they basically just move the board back and forth. So I'm like, well, shit, I can fucking do that, you know. So basically, what they had to do is they found a piece of metal or a piece of hardwood, something that's not going to swell, and they use that inside the two rails to keep everything still. Uh, my problems when I did mine is I used a piece of wood that was a little too small, um, so it doesn't quite fit like it should. Um, so it has a little bit of. Not only that is the tray, I guess, that goes back and forth. I made it too narrow, so I can only get like 2x4s and like I think what's it, like 9 or so inches like boards like sitting inside the cut. So I gotta fix that. I gotta put a nice large one in there. Um, Something where I can draw like angles on it, so I can like lay a piece of wood in there, like maybe put a block of wood in that's at an angle, so I can cut the stuff at angles. Um, because yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna go fancy with. The other thing I had to do is I have to figure out how I can put the screws in so that the very back fence can be adjusted. Currently, it's like just a hair off of being square. So all my cuts are off. Let's just be honest. All the cuts are off. So yeah, I gotta. But they're close enough. They're close enough that you can look at it and be like, oh, okay, that looks square. We're good to go. But they truly are just a bit off. And yeah, if I'm gonna make a windows, I think they have to be like dead on. So yeah, but it's so much easier than trying to do it with a freaking power saw with my own hands. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, so we're gonna see a drive-in movie tomorrow night. That's gonna be awesome, right? I don't know. Are you excited? I'm excited. All right. Tomorrow, I should let you know that Beaver, PA. I don't know if you know about Beaver, PA at all, but they're going to be having a Save the Post Office rally at 11 o'clock in front of the post office or in the park that's across from it. And if you don't know Beaver and you don't know where the post office is, I can't really help you. I guess go to where the courthouse is, and they're like, uh, yeah, yeah, pretty much almost across from the courthouse. Yeah, close to being, yeah, just about. Yeah, yeah. I think they're. Well, I want to say they're like across from the courthouse. So, and that's at 11. So, yay! Let's save the post office. I have friends that work there, so yeah. I hope they have jobs, and they don't go all laid off like myself. So, yeah. All righty. I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I didn't prepare any pictures to post, and I really don't want to be posting. I could go through my Twitter feed but at the same time, I'm like, if you want to read it, find out why people are pissed off at me, and and think I'm mansplaining, feel free to check out my Twitter feed. Okay, it's at Conrad Bianco. It's really easy to find. Um, and and tell me, like, get on my Facebook or get on my Twitter and tell me you're mansplaining because of this. Okay, but if not, if I'm not mansplaining, then let me know I'm not mansplaining. I consider myself just trying to be funny. I really just trying to be funny out there. But um, I am waiting. Basically, it started off today because someone posted, um, make because I don't want to normal, and I was like, that's what the anti-maskers say. And quite honestly, I assumed this person was a masker, like they wore a mask. But after like a couple tweets, I realized I guess she doesn't wear a mask. Oh, I shouldn't call her a she, but at the same time, at this point, I guess I can call her a she now because they said because I don't want to is a good enough reason, right? Yeah, because it doesn't hurt any. Because uh, they say that not wearing a mask doesn't hurt anybody, and I guess it's mansplaining by trying to tell somebody although I didn't say you're a fucking idiot. Okay, um, you know, by saying hey, wearing a mask helps other people. Like I just don't want to get into doing all that. Yeah, whatever. You know, they call me a mansplainer. Whatever. I don't care. All I know is that I'm not going to bother calling you they anymore. Because yeah, because it doesn't hurt anybody for me to say she and her, right? Even though it doesn't hurt anybody, right? Yeah. So that's going to happen eventually. Eventually, it's going to happen. I have to remember this. So that's how it is. But I'm not being funny today. Why am I not being funny? What's going on? All right. I was trying to find the actress that played in the Party All Night because I swear she looks familiar, but I couldn't figure out who that might be. Um, I just couldn't figure out who that is. I feel they've been in other movies, but unfortunately, IMDb did not have the actor list. It had listed all the band members, which I'm like, well, duh. Everybody knows who the band member. Well, everybody, but it's easy to figure out who the band members are. You can find that other places, IMDb. Finding out who the actual actors are that are in the show or in the video, it's a little bit harder to find. So, or whatever. Alrighty. I think we're gonna cut the show here soon, shortly. So that's how that's gonna go. All right. Unless I don't know. Eventually, one of these days, I'm gonna maybe put something on the other screen and like comment on that live as we do things. I don't know. I could put on a video and comment on that, but I found turns out I can only do it with one of our own videos. Because if it's someone's song, then I get not reprimanded, but they ding me on Facebook or on YouTube, and I don't want to do that. I don't want them to ding me. I don't want them to ding me. I just don't want to do it. So, also tomorrow night, if you're not going to the drive-in, the Knights of the Arcade will be doing a show at, I believe, 9 on Twitch somewhere. And I think they have the Dorks in the Dungeon will be joining them. Um, and it really does annoy me that the fact that I wanted to do Dwellers in the Rift and nearly none of my friends wanted to say, "Hey, that's a great idea. Let's get this thing rolling." Um, I don't know what people want from me. I really don't know. I come up with the ideas. I got the group started. Um, all I gotta do is like, okay, yeah, let's do this. But yeah, sadly, it's not gonna happen. I don't see it happening anytime soon. So sadness. All right. Well, my drink is almost done. I know. It's right. Sad. So sad. But I want everybody out there to be healthy. Please wear a mask. Don't be an anti-masker. All right. Don't be a douche. Um, don't be someone that doesn't care about others. Yeah, I feel healthy. I don't feel like I contracted anything. But you know what? I may have. Nobody knows. And just just wear a mask. It's not tough. It's, you're only in there. And quite honestly, if you work somewhere, I guess you can wear the face shield if you're really that against a mask. Okay, like I saw today. I went to the Giant Eagle. Um, the lady in whatever they do plants. The garden, not garden center, garden center. Um, yeah, she had a face shield on. And I thought that was weird. I'm like, why are you wearing a face shield? Then I realized, oh, she's just probably like, I'm not wearing a mask. And so I said, well, you either wear a face shield or you wear a mask or you get laid off. So she chose the face shield, which is cool, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully they supplied that for her. I don't know. Whatever. Hopefully she cleans up every so often. I don't know. Whatever. Hey, be either way, I want you all to have a great week. I'll be here next Friday again because I do it every Friday. Um, yeah, and hopefully we'll be getting through this shortly and we can actually get back into the theater and do some actual comedy with some actual people and have a lot more fun. Yeah, that's how it goes. Here's another good thing. Our act will be doing an online play shortly. Um, they'll be recording a Zoom cast and then posting it onto their YouTube page. So yeah, so once that's done, um, we will. I'll tell you about it, and I'll probably post it on my Facebook page and probably on the Dweller page. So that'll be cool, right? All right. So everyone have a great week. I will see you next week. Wear a mask. Wash your hands often. And we love you, I guess. But I don't know. It sounds like I sound stupid when I say, "Hey, me." I know. I just because I've been watching Seth Meyers. Myers, yeah, do his show. That's how he ends everyone, and yeah, I like to have a good ending. So if you have a great ending for me, please let me know, and I'll put it into my. I'll put it in. So um, you can you can help us out on our Patreon at CD Improv. Um, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. You can buy a shirt at Teespring/CD Improv. I assume. I assume you can go to there. I don't know how they. I don't know how that works. They said, yeah, whatever. So I'll see you next Friday night.